Both teams looking like they've got a bit of a different roster in some ways. As aggressive mode without Lil and without Naive. And, well, they bring in, I believe, Thug and Velor. Because they have Skylark, SSA Spartan, and Sunlight still. So, 3/5 the Ad Finum team that existed once upon a time. Which this is slowly becoming. Although, I think, where is Madara right now? He's on OG Seed, right? So he's happy where he is. Guess we won't see him making a return over to the potential Ad Finum cluster that we've got going on over here on aggressive mode now. And for Team Spirit, who are they missing? ILTW, they're missing. As they've got Diracho. Diracho? I don't know if not certain on how to pronounce that name. If somebody wants to correct me in the chat, that would be much appreciated. But got ourselves a draft so far. Doom, Crystal Maiden, now the Ricky coming out. The second time we've seen the Ricky. First time we've seen Crystal Maiden or Doom. Actually, first time we've seen any of these heroes in the first 4 picks, as we've got Nyx Assassin as well as the Enchantress here for Team Spirit. It should be Misha on the Enchantress, leaving Nyx Assassin for Immersion. And Immersion plays pretty aggressive. He is very much all over the place. You know, when he's playing any of these heroes, just as a 4 position, he seems like quite the roamer.
Oh, not gonna lie, mate. I was a bit muted. Didn't realize that. I was talking to you. I was like, mate, why are you ignoring me? I've been saying some cracking points, but then that's fine. All right, it's right. Okay. Yeah, I'm back. Don't worry. I'm not muted anymore. No, I was gonna say CM actually. I think is quite a powerhouse of a hero nowadays. I think it's very underrated, especially because obviously you got the magic resist aura on 15. You got the laning presence. I've got the classic. Oh, give aura to everyone in your team. Like, you know, it's just a very solid hero overall. And you can see right now from Team Spirit, a lot of their damage is magic damage. So you have the CM who you think, oh, it's quite squishy, but then you get that level 15 talent, boom, suddenly everyone on your team has a global 10% magic resistance. Like, these heroes are sometimes a little bit squishier, now suddenly tanky. So yeah, I'm liking the CM pick. Again, like I said, very underrated.
Yeah, something we just didn't see in that previous series, and I'll be honest, it's a little interesting to see, because we were talking about it in the break, you know, how ILTW on this team has been playing, and I believe they're 1-5 in their last 6 games here for Team Spirit, or 1-5 in their last 6 series, I think it was. They 2-0'd Cyber Legacy, and then they got 2-0'd by Windstrike, VP, Fly to Moon, 2-1 by Hellraisers, 2-0'd by Fours, and then they 2-1'd X Windstrike. This is, I believe, Spirit's last series, and there's a Meepo, not last pick, but in that 4th pick overall.
Yeah, this is the thing though. When you're first pick, your strongest pick in the draft is at this position, right? You don't have this ultimate last pick. So yeah, Meepo right now, the nets, it ruins all of them. Like, it's Team Spirit. They're coming out this game swinging. Like, I put a little bit of shade towards them because they did look a little bit underwhelming in most of their series I watched them play. But they whip out a Meepo. I'm ready. I'm big Meepo fan. Again, the only issue to this is simply aggressive mode. They do have the flexibility to swap out quite a lot of their roles, right? They can put the Void Spirit maybe into the off lane, the Doom in off lane. Void Spirit can still go mid. Like, they can still have the chance to chuck the correct hero into that lane. And yeah, banning out the ET, it's really important to get out of the way of this hero. Like, I don't know if you've seen this, but like, obviously, if the ET rushes Ags, for example, he's got the free BKB. He gets the bonus damage from all the Meepos. He punches like a mother trucker. All that control, it's really strong. So yeah, overall, a really good ban from Team Spirit. But yeah, how aggressive mode gonna fix all these problems?
Yeah, it's gonna definitely be pretty interesting to see how they, not only with these, you know, stand-ins deal with this, but how Spirit without ILTW deal with that as well. You know, a lot of things we saw in the previous series was like chemistry and coming down to execution. Like that could be a problem for both these teams with these stand-ins. One of the things about the table that I'll say is Spirit, if they 2-0 this, they're guaranteed to not hit relegation. Cyber Legacy have 2 series left, in which if they 2-0, they get 6 more points and would put them at 7. Aggressive mode, this is only their 3rd series. They have a bunch more remaining. If they were to get 2-0'd in this one, they'd still have 2 points and could potentially take out Fours, who have 1 more series against Cyber Legacy. But, I mean, this is very big for Spirit on their long term in Parimatch if they do, in fact, have another season. Because I know it's going to be a lot more difficult coming into the new Dota year with leagues like this, leagues like DPL that we see in China. I feel like it's going to be a bit more difficult with regionals going on. So we'll have to see, but Team Spirit could put themselves in a lock for season 3.
Maybe. They got some tightening of the old cogs to do, but yeah, okay. Aggressive mode, last pick. What are we thinking? They got to deal with the they got this full aggressive ability from Pugna taking your towers, Meepo running at you. They got varying damage sources. So right now, I think a hero that can get to the back line is probably key. Someone who can maybe make a jump and get some real play with the voice spirit. Sorry, monkey. All right, yeah, that works. He can always get there. Oh yeah, all right, this is a solid pick. Okay, reasoning. Simply, laning phase can play up into the Meepo. Sick Meepo cosmetics, by the way, released in the latest treasure. Whatever, cool. Let's not try and sell out a treasure that has no meaning to us. But anyway, yeah, Monkey King, pretty solid laning. Fares well against the Juggernaut as well in the game, obviously with the bonus armor from your ultimate. But I think the main concern I have with aggressive mode is simply if this Pugna starts taking your towers, if this Meepo starts closing out the map with an early E-Blade rush, like it's going to be hard for you to actually take a real fight because you're playing off your Doom being your frontline. He's not that strong. Like you've got Void Spirit offlane, not that strong. Like you don't have anyone who's really tanky enough to go, all right, Dire, run at me real quick, come fight me, and then forget about the rest. You know, like so. I'm concerned for aggressive mode if they don't get a good start to the game.
How do you feel about Void Spirit being in the 3? Because you know what has caused this transition from Void Spirits being always mid to, I would say, Void Spirits now being almost always offlane.
I don't think you should polarize it as much as it's always this, always that. I think it's just the flexibility. People are just reinventing the hero. I think quite often what happens is a team, like a hero gets introduced, some known player plays it in one role, and then everyone just like tunnel visions on that being the role, right? So example, Voice Spirit being mid, it's like, oh my god, it's wow, you can buy many crits and run at people and ult them, whoa, it's so much damage, you know? But in reality, it's like, well, also, you can go the utility build, and a utility build goes pretty well on an offlane. He's pretty tanky, he's got the resonant pulse, and also he's got the disengage, sorry, from the dissemblate. So I think it's just the adapting over time, and yeah, I'm a big fan of seeing it adjust from just a mid laner. But how strong is it in that side lane if you're against for example, in this lane you're going to be against a Juggernaut and an Ench? Might not be so strong.
One of those massive picks in this is that Meepo. So you think this Meepo is this a Meepo game that he can capitalize on? It was a 4th pick, you know, and then came in was the Monkey King, who will be up against this Meepo.
Yeah, again, the Monkey King picks, like, it's trying to deal with more problems than just the Meepo, because if you pick a hero that, like, hard counters one hero, it probably isn't going to be able to fare well against, let's say, the magic damage of a Pugna or the lockdown that you have. So, yeah. But see, look, this is what I mean about the offlane. Yeah, look.
Yeah. It'll be there for Misha, and that's what I like early. I really do love Enchant early on Enchantress. Obviously, level 2, we usually see Impetus come out for that harassment, but I feel like there's so much more opportunity with Enchant level 1 than there is Impetus. Yeah, I don't know if you agree with that, but
Yeah, it's a... I was going to say, it's the Enchant level 1, it's all about, you get that creep, your big damage control, especially when... Because if you get to use the Get to use a creep to play around with you. And Misha TPing mid just to try and get rid of the Jingu stacks, was that? That would be Jesus. Misha really trying to play the big brain plays there, but kind of not worth anything. No, but yeah, I think it's more laning potential, especially with the mana cost to impede us now. You don't have as many to throw out. So yeah, I'm personally I prefer enchant level 1, honestly, just to secure the lane.
I was not happy when I had an enchantress in my game go all impetus and all nature's attendance with no levels in enchant until level 10. It's kind of frustrating, that's for sure. But I do think it gives you potential kills here. Velor level 1, at least for now, hasn't skilled anything. We'll see what he ends up going for first. Alright. You enchant that creep, I eat that creep. Get that Devour level 1, then we take a look over as, you know, for right now. By the way, is it Dairachio or... Because I think you were muted as I was asking, but I'm not certain how to pronounce Dairachio's name. And I feel like I'm botching it, and I feel so bad.
I'm not going to lie, I'm not even going to try an attempt to say it. I'm just going to say Juggernaut. The Juggernaut just currently got taunted up by the TSpirit, and now you don't have to say his real name. Boom, look. We smart.
Alright, that's fair. It resolves. I'll give it to you.
Dairachi. Maybe it's like Sriracha, no, Dairachi.
It's that H into the Y that really just puts it on. And Skylark taking a lot of damage from this Juggernaut early, as that Blade Fury feels real bad at level 3. And Skylark might just get chased down here and end up dead.
See ya, buddy.
That crit's a big one, and the Aether Remnant afterwards does end up locking Misha up, but I mean, that's the key word there, afterwards. He's already dead. Doesn't matter. So 2-0 quickly on for TeamSpirit. So they've got themselves a 1,000 net worth lead. We haven't talked about this lane of Thug against Nungrata. It's this off lane Pugna coming in at the moment with Immersion on this Nyx. Feels as though right now at least we've got Pugna sitting 12-2, the rookie at 8-2. So Nungrata doing a very good job at the moment. Immersion. I'm wondering when, in fact, he's going to start to move around. I know he's a very mobile 4. Does he have to stay stationary in this lane to start? Frostbite?
Yeah, I think you have to secure the lane for sure. It's too early to make any moves.
Taking a lot of damage here, and will end up dead. The Crystal Nova from Spartan to get the kill. It's the level 2 Nova. I believe he just hit 3 on the chase as well.
Yeah,
again,
look at this. This
a
is
lot of damage coming out.
a
Triacho?
big strong man.
Velor taking a lot of damage. Blade Fury out. That'll get the kill. And now this Jug with the healing ward. I mean, he's more than fine. And just now impetus at level 2 here for Misha. So we'll be able to throw out some even more damage out to this off lane of the side of aggressive mode. And it's 3-1 in favor of TeamSpirit. A lane we haven't really looked at too much just yet is mid with Urgon on this Meepo. Now level 4 up against Sunlight. I believe Sunlight has a little bit of an experience advantage.
Yeah, it's Monkey King and its melee heroes. You're always going to have a decent enough time. But again, it's the fact that you have the Meepo who can move to the jungle, farm the jungle. The upside again for the Meepo, the Monkey King, sorry, he can also move to the jungle, right? He can jump around the trees if he levels it, and he can be a nuisance. But look at Urgon. Oh, not loving life. Again, look, he just keeps running him down. He's got the Oov. The Meepo wasn't far enough away and potentially not going to kill him, but going to be
double
annoying
damage.
as hell.
I don't know. If he thought about going over, it definitely had potential if he wanted to commit, but once he saw that Enchantress, that would have been a problem. And that was definitely a rough time, but that Enchantress moving leaves the Juggernaut vulnerable over top. And they will get the kill there onto the Jug, and, well, they do get a kill over bottom onto the Crystal Maiden, but yeah, forcing that rotation onto the Enchantress, now bringing over more pressure onto the Jug feels really good for aggressive mode to get their second kill of the game. Misha just going to continue to try and harass Velor as he goes for this bounty rune. Does he have the damage? He's got another impetus in a second. Thinks about just going for the courier, gets it. That's quite the attack range there from Misha. Meepo just forced to jungle at the moment. This is Boots 3 Wraith Bands.
It had to be done, but I think it's like the same story as TA, right? You have a TA mid, kind of gets dumpstered, but goes jungle and lives life. Like, I think if aggressive mode can move any of their heroes into this enemy jungle, then Meepo will not enjoy. Like, look how low HP he is right now, trying to jungle right now. Like, Doom coming in, like, this is not that good for Meepo. This is the benefit of having the Monkey King. You have that mobility to connect into the jungle. Oh, come on, Ergon, get out of here, buddy.
Yeah, Balance Strike, Infernal Blade gets these nets out, which is good.
Nice. Yeah, that was nice.
Is it the Monkey King's not even gonna... Okay. I'm wondering...
Could have technically cleaned up those creeps, but he saw the creeps under his tower. That's more value to him.
Yeah, I was thinking, you've got those stacks. Do you go to clean up the creeps? Velor is the one actively cleaning up right now. Impetus comes out. Misha's still sitting here level 2. If you can get the enchant, maybe he's got the Centaur Conqueror to catch up and get the stun, but he doesn't want to waste his time as Meepo comes back towards mid, cleans up a couple of creeps, and then heads over to the side camp right after. So Ergon trying to farm, trying to keep himself at a good pace as he's sitting 200 gold behind this Monkey King. Not something you really want to see. You'd like to see the Meepo at some point really start to bounce ahead. But we'll see if that's even possible, as now Velor and Spartan are starting to invade the jungle as Misha's still trying to make some of these stacks. And they've got the net out onto the Monkey King. Balance Strike comes through with the Jingu. They've got 2 more heroes here. Ergon, he's going to fall. Misha and Immersion are here, so they'll lose this Enchantress. Spike Carapace hits on a couple, but it's not going to do all too much, as SSA Spartan gets a double kill, and they clean up 3 heroes over mid. Aggressive mode really just overwhelming
Living up
Spirit.
to their name.
Yeah.
This Monkey King pick really does well, and I think the key thing to note is simply Meepo as a pick is really strong. Even though if it has a bad lane, it can go jungle, but this Doom position 4 is able to freely roam the map. And because of all this focus on mid lane, it then opens up the side lanes. Like, you have Skylark playing this offlane Voice Spirit, but you saw at the start of the game, like, he isn't that strong against this Juggernaut and Enchantress. But if everyone's looking at mid lane, everyone looking at Mr. Meepo, you suddenly get to freely hit creeps. Such a good, I think, such a good playstyle right now. And this Monkey King pick, honestly, is very underrated.
Man, they are looking to get this Pugna, the Decrepify. I don't know if that's going to matter. He goes to the Life Drain. Does he have enough in the tank to really get this? It's going to be answered with a quick no, because Thug gets the kill there onto this Pugna, and they're just moving around and, you know, like you said, keeping their name. Aggressive mode, aggressive all over the map. Are these stacks enough here for Ergon to recover?
Not really. Not like to recover, but it means it's like, all right, cool, I'm not some full-on poverty Meepo. The main thing is he can't really defend his tower. Potentially Sunlight might be a little bit too aggressive here underneath the tower. Got the stun to layer in.
Yeah, but they've got Velhor as well as Spartan. Can they do anything to really stop this aggression coming out from the side of TeamSpirit? They'll lose Nangrada's Courier. Now they look over at Velhor. Impetus flies in, but Velhor able to survive. They're still looking for one more shot on this Doom, who is so far walking away freely. Look at this chase. Do they have the speed? They got the Decrepify? Are they going to leave it? No. Nangrada's going to take it. I thought for a second they might leave it with the Jug. Do the Ultra Green move. We saw that in the last series where they wanted to leave the last hit for the Bounty Hunter, not only to get the extra Janata, but to get the track applied. Six to 5.
Nangrada. Buddy.
Nangrada, he just got a kill. He just felt like he was doing okay. Balance Strike comes in. Nangrada, though, surviving. He's okay with the rotations coming in.
Big man gets it done. Look, Meepo now top net worth. This is a key thing to note is simply when the Doom and those heroes were able to freely roam the jungle, Meepo couldn't farm. But what TeamSpirit done? They brought their heroes to build like this a little wall in front of the Meepo. So now if you want to get to the Meepo, you have to run into the Nyx, into the Pugna. So now it's like, this is what you want. Meepo can now slowly build towards the timings. And this is all down to defending this mid tier 1. If they'd lost this tier 1 tower, the game would be completely different.
Big thing to note as well is Spirit had control of both outposts going into that 10-minute mark.
It means that your supports are going to be a little bit lower level, and it's going to be a little bit harder to get there. But because of the start that they had, it's good for it doesn't really impact their aggressive mode because they already had such a strong laning phase with the aggression. But now Immersion sitting mid, just trying to kind of sit up this farm, just chilling, loving life, stopping this catapult from doing any damage. And again, Meepo hitting the towers. This is what happened. Like Juggernaut and Pugna. Juggernaut provides sustain for a push with healing ward, and Pugna applies that quick, easy push.
They're going to try and go into this, though, with the Balance Strike as well as the Doom. They look over at Drayacho, and it looks like they'll easily get the kill. And I think, really, Pugna staying ends up meaning that they're going to get not one, but two. Thug and Sunlight both get one as they take out the Jug as well as Nungrata. And that just feels like he gave up the +1 there. But I don't know if he gets away regardless. So maybe he felt that and tried to save the Jug or try to do something, because that... it felt like a kill once that Balance Strike was in and the Doom was used. So Ergon still desperately trying to get this E-Blade.
It's the small things in life, but yeah.
Pops the Vendetta. Can they turn with this? Can they try and get a kill and maybe use this Vendetta with about 3/4 the timing left on it?
Not really. He's too low HP. Like Vendetta, when you're running away, is like, oh god damn it, I now don't have Vendetta. But he might be able to set up something if he's next to the Pugna, but unlikely just because of how low he is.
He's obviously building into that Meteor Hammer.
He does actually have the headdress, actually. I say that. He's pretty much full HP. But again, now look, Vendetta's expiring. And 3, 2, 1.
Oh, timings?
Rise!
Oh,
he has the Invis rune. It's the double layer. Oh, I didn't see he had the Invis rune as well. What a gamer. Double Invis. What's better than one level of Invis? 2. Dude, if you had multiple Invis, you should have to use double the dust.
Yeah, but then that means dust double applies. I think it should be two-sided, you know?
Just double. Oh, no, I mean from like 2 different people, you know? You have to have 2 separate dust.
No, right? I know, but I think that dust should be doubly effective then, because you're just, you know, if you're invis, you're double slowed and double in trouble.
You're just trapped on the ground, like someone's put like eggs and flour on you, and just trying to like walk across.
You've been tarred and feathered. Dragged around.
Alright, that was a horrendous suggestion. Thank God we don't do patch stuff.
Ice Frog, if you're listening, don't.
Hire us to do more patch stuff. Thanks, bye.
Although I had a thought during the last game. I was thinking, you know, courier kills happen a lot. Should make couriers a little stronger. However, the bounty on couriers should be half the amount of the gold value of the items on the courier. That's a lot of gold, though. That's a lot of gold.
Bounty Hunter and Furion players like wetting their lips. Wards at the ready.
Oh, man.
Oh, hold up. Potentially a pick off onto the Juggernaut. Stun from the tree.
Balance Strike right into the Doom again. They're going to rotate over and try and save him, but... or maybe get that deny. I think Misha tried to get the deny there. They stopped the TP, I believe, on the Pugna, but that's because he was looking to get the kill here onto the Crystal Maiden. Skylar comes over, has that early Yules. Aether Remnant. Wukong's Immersion comes in. Nungrata survives for now and makes it out of the circle. Balance Strike actually misses. They still get that kill, though, on Nungrata. They've also finished off Misha. They'll trade Skylark. Thug. Can he jump back in? And I don't think he wants to try.
I like how this entire time Ergon's like, I'm just farming the jungle. Just farming the jungle. Just doing literally nothing else.
He's almost got this E-Blade. 250 gold away. Is that enough, though? Like, sometimes we see Meepo start to go with an E-Blade. Is that going to be enough? Ulti, Spike Carapace, stopping it immediately. They're looking for the Balance Strike. They don't have the Wukong's command or the Doom. So they'll look over at Drayacho. Thug coming in. Ergon just consistently throwing nets out, but Thug is here. Ergon, can he do anything now? He's farmed up the Eagle Song as they use the Omni Slash to get the kill on Avelor. Now they look over. Astral Step, Spartan dead. 2 heroes gone on the side of aggressive mode. And they'll go back to trying to push this tower.
Ergon, pretty much now completing the E-Blade, and they're ready to go. This is like, we say it so many times when we cast the game, right? It's like the whole idea of who has cooldowns, who doesn't have cooldowns. I think in this game, it's such a clear example of TeamSpirit have literally no cooldowns to play around, other than maybe Omni Slash. But I don't think that's even that important in their big arsenal of damage, because the Juggernaut, his main aspect is like, I can keep the Meepo alive with Healing Ward, I'm going to be annoying with the spin, but he's just present. He's not the main factor. And aggressive mode, on the other hand, they play around Wukongs, they play around Doom, and if they don't have these big spells up, they don't feel as strong to run in. So yeah, I think TeamSpirit right now, if they continue with this aggression, playing with the E-Blade on the Meepo, and he's going for the Skadi just to tank up, then it's concerning how aggressive mode, they're so reliant on critical team fights and them choosing when to take them. If TeamSpirit can smoke up and get a good play here and there, then aggressive mode won't struggle.
Oof, immersion. The TP just like a half second before it activates. Gets stopped by Spartan with the Frostbite. And always nice to have one level available in that so you can play that move and stop TPs and play aggressive and set up your team. So while that's all happening, continuing bottom is the Jug looking into this Manta style. It goes early Mask of Madness, and then we'll be trying to pick up the Manta as he finishes off the Yasha. So we'll see how quickly he gets into that.
Radiant's bottom tower, Dyer's top tower has fallen.
12-9 right now. They'll start to rotate towards bottom. Glyph comes in from both teams. That means they're going to TP down bottom to try and stop this siege.
Thug, they don't actually only have dust to see the Riki.
So there's the Diffusal Boundless Strike with the tricks of the trade. Misha never even gets a chance to pop that dust. Astral step forward. There's the Yule. Skylark doesn't throw down an Aether Remnant as he doesn't have one available, but look at the hit with the Infernal Blade Bash, and Velor will help Skylark get that kill on an Ungrata, and they lose two. They don't even take the tower, and this is, again, just aggressive mode, being in the right place, right time, and taking what they can.
Yeah, even though it looks bad, though, like, they forced, if you have a quick glance at the map, they forced all this aggression to this bottom area of the map, right? Meanwhile, you then have farming, jungle, jungle, jungle. So it's like, even though you have a good couple kills, you're rotating so many heroes to kill off an TeaGuvnor, and you still did 1400 damage to this tower. So I don't think teams are too concerned with these kind of pickoffs that are occurring.
It's again trying to see if Urgon's going to be able to do anything. Balance Strike comes in. Velhor moving forward. He does have Doom available. The Aether Remnant comes out. Urgon in trouble as the ulti from SSA Spartan is going to be enough. They got the Doom, and Velhor gets the kill. Though Thug hit with the Impale and the Meteor Hammer, and they will get the kill there on a Thug. The Omni Slash on the backwards takes out both supports, and now they look over at Sunlight, who's forced to Primal Spring away. That surprisingly went... Oh, Nagrata? Turned around for the Balance Strike. That's
oh,
unfortunate, because now you're dead.
Yeah, this... I bet he's like, what am I doing? Why am I... No.
Guys, I tried. Don't be mad.
Alright, so the real takeaway from this is Doom is on cooldown for 100 seconds. Meepo is now alive. Okay, pop quiz. What do you think they're going to be doing next on the side of TeamSpirit? You've got one go to get it right. Go.
I'm going to do your headlights. Can I get another question? Can I get the question again, teacher?
5, 4, 3, 2,
I don't know.
1. Roshan.
Pass?
The answer is Roshan. The answer is Roshan. TeamSpirit can just go to Roshan right now, potentially. They got no Doom up, no Wukongs. Like, Meepo's alive. This could be a very good timing. You got the Alpha Wolf for the entry as well. We got a Roshan fight on our hands, boys.
They could go to Roche.
Yeah, don't. Maybe. That's the maybe.
I used to do that in class all the time.
Like, once you hear the answer, you're like, oh yeah, I know the answer actually. It's
of course.
But TeamSpirit actually opting not to go for Roshan, which I'm a little bit disappointed with. I feel like this was a very good timing for them to, give it a good go, but
it feels like they're almost still waiting on the Meepo to get this Scotty before they feel comfortable.
Potentially,
or maybe even the Jug to get the Manta, because he's very close to that.
Yeah. I feel like this was a very nice timing to give it a good whirl. Like, you put the Never Ward down, you played defensive. Like, the Void Spirit, even though he's going to be in your face, like, he's not that scary, especially got the Healing Ward, so... Yeah, it's not... Oh well, TeamSpirit though. not going for like that kind of. Potentially, it could also could have been really game losing. To be honest, let's be frank. If they did die at the rush pick, give away an Aegis, then this game's pretty rough. But being disciplined, now we do rate discipline, especially in CIS. I think TeamSpirit, especially, they haven't really been that disciplined as a team over all the games that I've seen. But this game, they're showing a little bit more respect to like the strategy of how they meant to win. Pushing in this bot lane, forcing TPs.
They do take a tier 2. Like, if they could take an advantageous fight here in the bottom tier 3, maybe then they could back off towards Roche. But look, oh my god, look how quickly they take these towers. Like, you need to rotate back to your aggressive mode. Now the question is, does TeamSpirit get caught with their pants down? And that's...
Yeah, they might have overextended it. Maybe. Nope, they're dipping out.
Easy exit, but look at that. They drew the line straight towards Roche. They forced all these rotations towards bottom.
Yeah. But look at the line coming out from Voiceberry. It's like, guys, let's go intercept them. Let's smoke as well. The value of having smokes at the ready. Don't leave them in your backpack where you have to wait for a cooldown. That's bad. But look, 2 smokes. 1 trying to just keep control of an area. But look at the vision, though. If we quickly look at the top side of this outpost, Radiant have lingering vision from the last time they were here. Meepo also getting picked off.
Command, Urgon in trouble. Can he survive? No, he can't. There's a lot of your net worth already out of this. The Omni Slash bouncing around, doing a lot of damage. They'll get the kill on a Spartan, but that's not going to be enough to get anything more. The Manta style, as I believe Velhor was winding up that Doom. And that really did make a problem. As, well, they're going to lose Velhor. And they'll buy back on the Crystal. They also got the Void Spirit. And that's
yeah, so no buyback on the Doom. Buyback on the CM as well means they're trying to contest this, but... very scary. They don't even have Wukongs right now. They're going to be going for it. So instead his chip. Immersion having a little look, poking his head out. Oh,
Immersion. Hey, you're there for your team, but Aegis from Skylark, and they killed Roche.
Oh, there it is.
But they get the kill on a Sunlight, which I think is kind of a good consolation prize, and they take out Spartan for the second time.
Yeah, I think they really tried to defend that Roshan there. I think maybe reaching a bit too hard. The initial jump onto the Nyx was good, but it's the fact that this Pugna, even though he was in the wrong position to save the Nyx straight away, he still got over there in time. Pugna, quite fast hero, gets that decrep. And where's your damage once you get decrep off? Like, the CM tried ulting, but you're CM against a Nyx. Your ulti lasts for about 1.1 seconds, and Nyx like, yeah, base! Like, it's... very unfortunate to play this matchup. And yeah, TeamSpirit now just barreling down lanes.
I will say, though, that does feel bad for Urgon. Because you bought back maybe on the hopes that you would get that Roche and that Aegis in your hands, and now you don't. So you're definitely cautious because your death timer could be horrible.
Oh, for sure. I think one of the best things that could occur for TeamSpirit is if they take a very deep fight into the map with all lanes pushed out, and then maybe the Meepo dies quite early, if that was an event to occur, just to get that next death timer ticking over. I feel one of the worst things that can happen right now is if Meepo doesn't die whilst the game's stable, and then he dies later on, and then has that additional time, plus no buyback, it could be game losing. So I feel like you might want to actually take a fight, force out the Doom, be super aggressive, and then be like, alright, cool, I can die happily, wait out another 70 seconds, and then we can play another normal game of Dota again. Basically, Meepo, kill yourself in the nicest way possible to shorten your next death. Thanks, bye.
Do you like this build, by the way, on the Nyx Assassin, where you wait to take that talent until level 14? Hold that thought. Yule's Aether Remnant coming through on Amisha, and there should be a quick kill onto the Enchantress. It will be. The Nets come out as well as the Wukong's command. The Balance Strike hits, and Nangrata ends up dead second. The ulti from SSA Spartan pushing back the side of TeamSpirit where they found Urgon in a really good spot. The Primal Spring comes out as well as the Omni Slash. It's bouncing around over to the neutral camp. So they'll get the kill on Velhor. They'll look for the Meteor Hammer. And now can they get the kill on Ricky? Phil getting low. He'll end up dead. Now Sunlight might be next, but Urgon falls. Ooh, man, that is that long death timer we were talking about. They still have Dryacho to try and go after Skylark, who will use that Aether Remnant, but the Manta style will eat the Aether Remnant. They'll get one illusion locked down, and they do escape on the side of aggressive mode.
Yeah, but this is fine, because even though it looks bad, Meepo did die. It's reset his death timer, so he's not got that additional buyback. And now it's like, alright, cool. We can now play towards our next buyback on Meepo, potentially. Sure, it's not great, but this could have gone a lot worse, especially because aggressive mode had the Aegis, and yeah, the aggressive mode was also the one making the jump. I think TeamSpirit just on damage control right now.
feels like things do have like the potential to go right for TeamSpirit, like fully through these fights. But it's been a pretty good job of singling out the bigger targets, you know, to start off killing off Misha, and then moving into get the Pugna as well. And Angrata was caught in a pretty bad position, and that's a big part of not only keeping the Meepo alive, but potentially these fights with a good Nether Blast, as well as getting the Nether Ward down. But I say that, Yule's coming out, and now they've got the silence onto this Nyx, so he's unable to throw that Impel. Looked for a second that could have gone poorly for aggressive mode. Jug, he's got that Manta, he's also going for a Scotty. Might actually have it before this Meepo. Actually, I think he will have it before this Meepo, guaranteed. I shouldn't have said the word guaranteed because it looks really close.
Yeah. I was thinking, ooh, the race is on. They're both doing ancients. They're both speeding. Oh, 1500 gold compared to the 1500 gold. Oh shit, they're
Jug's
so close.
11 gold away.
Oh yeah, he's got it. Jug's the winner. Also, Jug's courier is actually at the secret shop, whilst Meepo's is deep within his base. So yeah, the winner is Juggernaut. Congratulations, Juggernaut. You were the winner of the Scardy Rush competition.
Well, Meepo's also holding both ulti orbs.
That's true. So you're saying that, but he doesn't get enough gold from this single camp, right? So he still has to farm an additional camp that isn't there. So he has no gold on the map to get the point booster. And Jug's like now drawing on the map like, haha, you can't get your Scardy, I can. Yeah, Jug's the winner.
Bets in the chat. 1 for Jug, 2 for Meepo.
I only do F10k bets, bro. Come on.
Fair.
Alright, there you go. There it is. There's the Scardy.
Right.
Absolutely delightful.
And Urgon's got 1 Meepo waiting there like, it'll come. I just need 1 more creep. There it is. It's a couple seconds too slow. Then Grata gets taken out by Thug with a double damage, or if you see him while he's invis, just a blue sparkling blob. What is it? It's Yule's and Solar Crest so far for Void Spirit. I like it. I'm a big fan of Solar Crest. I'm glad to see it back, constantly getting picked up.
Solid hair, solid item, yeah. It's always about like the whole game of Dota is about armor. Armor, attack speed, move speed, and Solar Crest it. Takes away your armor, takes away your attack speed, takes away your move speed. So overall, pretty darn solid. But no, now repositioning to the top lane. Really like the area of the map that TeamSpirit are playing. Of course, there's nothing to achieve bottom. All these outer towers still yet to take, and they still have to be somewhat careful. Meepo still doesn't have buyback for 2 minutes, so the main issue TeamSpirit have is when they move to an objective, their ability to get out of the objective is quite hard. When you have the blink on Doom, the Void Spirit, you have all this kind of catch and mobility. So if they want to commit to an area, they have to make sure they have vision there and the correct vision, and the correct positioning to enable the type of move they're making. Oh, the repair kit on Ricky. I think repair kit is actually one of the most overrated items in the game. I think it's like really good when you're defending against like single hero pushes, but overall when you're defending against 5 heroes or something, it's somewhat underwhelming.
You think so? I feel like it's definitely one of those items that can give you another chance.
Oh yeah, it can, but I mean like, there's been moments where like, there are 100% there are moments where repair kit is like, whoa, that was insane, against like a solo TA push. But when you're pushing against like Meepo and Jug, I feel like repair kit probably won't do tiddly twat to defend your tower. Maybe you're ancient because it has more HP, therefore more regen, but a little old tower, it's underwhelming. Again, this is a scenario which is you're not taking a full 5v5 and defending the tower around a fight, you know, like this is like it's underwhelming in the sense where it's like a couple heroes pushing by themselves or 5 heroes pushing, then it's like underwhelming. There you go. People like, oh my god, this guy is so dumb.
Soon a Blink Dagger here for the Jug. Do you think Blink should be in Meepo's arsenal coming up next? I feel like a lot of people love the Blink.
He just needs to be really tanky. Like, aggressive mode are the ones running at them, right? So you don't really need to do any initiating. Just become tanky, survive the initial Wukong or the initial Doom, and then off you go. Like, you can see they've got 4 staff, they've got obviously Mantas, E-Blades, Guardies, and all the heroes. Like, they're just trying to become as tanky as possible so that when the fight starts, they can kind of like group up and just take the fight.
Teams playing on the opposite sides. As that courier is just the TP coming over for Urgon. Wonder if that was a bit of a...
now not having TP.
Although that did feel like a bit of a bait in a way. Like, yeah, you went over this courier and now you show your positioning for sure. As they had smoked up. I mean, I don't think it was on purpose, but...
You're just trying to find value in the courier death. I understand.
Yeah, everything's got value, I feel like, whether it be positive or negative.
Sure. Just like Urgon potentially getting picked off below the top lane.
Oh no, Poof, can he get anything off? They've got the Doom out onto the Meepo. Misha is here to try and keep him alive, and now they'll look over at the Doom, but the Wukong's command comes out as well as the Balance Strike. Omni Slash bouncing around. There's the Yules. Looks over at Thug. They get the kill on Urgon. He's dead once again. Misha getting low. Astro step forward. Immersion now with the Spike Carapace. Can he help get anything? They've got the 2 kills onto the supports of aggressive mode, but you lost Misha, you also lost the Meepo. However, Void Spirit gets taken out by a great impale from Immersion. They now start to try and turn this around, looking for the last 2 on the side of aggressive mode, but the Blink Strike away from Thug, is it enough? We've got the Decrepify with the Life Drain and the Nether Blast to get that kill onto the Riki, and they also bought back on the Crystal Maiden for
that was so
like
sad. He got mana burnt as he went to cast his Tricks of the Trade to get to the high ground. So then it cancelled because he only had 31 mana, not 50. Big mana burn coming in to secure that kill. Immersion playing ever so well. Also, identifying that they could say that he initially started by TPing out and then instantly cancelled. Spartan though buybacking. Potentially straight into an... Oh, okay, the double 4-star just left and right.
Pull it back. You need to be careful though. They do have this Monkey King who can output quite a bit. He's going to jump to the back lines. Life Drain, BKB looking over. Wukong's Balance Strike. And then Grata, he is very dead. Astral step forward, Blade Fury to TP out. Triacho survives and gets away, but now they look at Misha to get themselves a +1.
Misha's trying to be one of the cool kids, be part of the fight. He's like, guys, I made it. Oh, go away, Void Spirit, you know, like... It happens when you're position 5. You die at the start of the fight, you try and rejoin the fight, and then you're like, oh, well, it's a little bit too late, you know, oh, well, I'm dead again. I'll just watch the game and maybe throw some plays out. Instant buyback, though. Bit of a wild one, in my opinion, but each to their own.
It certainly feels pretty bad for Urgon right now. It feels like he's got farm, just can't use it.
Yeah, pretty much. For now, yeah, it's so hard because it's so easy for you to jump the Meepo because you've got like 5 opportunities to doom the guy, you know? Like, which one am I dooming today? And if you doom any of them, it's alright, we can now kill him. Because even if he E-Blades, hold up there, jumping Riki.
Got the stun as well as the Meteor Hammer, so an easy kill.
Yep. Yeah, this gem pickup on the Nyx just means he can freely roam the map and always get the Riki. Like, the battle of who gets the gem first in the Invis v Invis matchup. Immersion just chucking out a little carapace on this Resident, sorry, this Aether Remnant. And now we're gonna have a free Roshan for TeamSpirit, which this simplifies their game quite a lot. The fact that you now have an Aegis on the Meepo, it's not as simple as Doom Meepo, win fight. It's now somehow kill Meepo without Doom Meepo after Aegis, win fight. Like, the sentence alone was a mouthful. So yeah, TeamSpirit is in a mighty fine position to at least be a bit more aggressive than they currently have been.
Yeah, because they've been focusing the Meepo. Like, it's been a hard game for him because that's been their go-to target every single time. You know, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just, we see Meepo, we go to kill. That's it. Wukong's committed for Meepo, Doom committed for Meepo. That's it. That's all we want is, you know, their fight gets much weaker after that. Especially if we could position ourselves in the right way where Omni Slash doesn't feel as effective. Because I remember earlier in the game when that early Omni Slash killed 2 heroes on the backlines and bounced off and they won that fight. But, you know, it hasn't felt as amazing recently. That's for sure. This fight's definitely a lot closer there. throughout the game.
Because the fights have been condensed within the lane, and the lane naturally creeps to there, so then it adds more bounce targets. But now, look at this, going high ground, doing the jug, because obviously
Doom
now
on the
he
jug.
has the Aegis.
Yeah, but we'll see if that even ends up being worth it. They'll get the kill on SSA Spartan as well as Vel, where Spartan does not have buyback, and Jug's not touched after this Doom. So Doom's down even if the Doom buys back.
Yeah, it's really not the Doom target. I think they jumped the gun there. Like, the way that you take this fight is, like, I think you have to be slow and steady. You have to try and maybe poke them a little bit, try and get to the back line, and then from there put Wukongs down, put the Meepo inside the Wukongs and maybe kill him there. But it's so hard. A Meepo that has E-Blade, Skadi, Aegis, you're not killing him that easily.
Immersion
Easily.
trying to survive. Good force staff. There's the Wukong
Here's
as
the
well as
Wukong.
BKB. Ergon getting low and will end up dead. They'll get the first life. Omni Slash coming out. The BKBs were used
Oh,
on this, but it goes over to the
no.
illusions. That's an unfortunate Omni Slash, and that, again, a weak Omni Slash being felt. If the Remnant pulls in a creep, they've got themselves the melee racks. They'll look over for the range racks. They took out a set bottom, and it looks like they're going to take out a set mid. Can they get all the buildings dead? That's the question. Link, War Stomp, Immersion low once again. Force Staff down to the low ground, but staying with it is the Void Spirit. Sunlight taking some damage here from the impetus shots of Ergon, but it's really not feeling like all that much. Jug backs off to look over for Skylark. Nangrata coming over as well. Misha now. He's slowed up with the Diffusal Blade coming in from Thug. Primal Spring over, but Sunlight, where are you? This is a horrible place to be in. Boundless Strike comes in. You've got the Jingu. You'll get the kill on Amisha, but you'll lose your life in exchange. Now Spartan trying to do something with his ult, but he's getting locked down and killed off thanks to the damage from Ergon as well as the Jug. The Primal Spring back in. They get Ergon once again. Dryacho trying to man fight. They've got the Impale as well as the Meteor Hammer. Oh, man. The Blade Fury comes through. The BKBs pop by Sunlight. They get the kill on a Skylark. They'll buy back on the Doom. The Balance Strike takes out Immersion. And again, this is just chaos all over the map as Nangrata trying to survive, decrepifies himself into the life drain. Dryacho comes over, Nangrata getting low, burning out, and Will. Velhor gets the kill. 4 heroes gone on TeamSpirit, but you've taken out 2 sets of racks and enforced a bunch of buybacks.
Yeah, this is... like, we see them taking bot racks. I'm like, all right, cool, this is nice. And then, like, I look back up and it's like, oh, well, we're at another fight, still going. All right, cool, this is... No disengage occurring here, but... Yeah, it's just testament to what TeamSpirit's draft can do. It's this, we're going to run at you, we're going to take your buildings, we can fight you. And even if you kill us, like, look at where they're dying. Like, it's after 2 racks have fallen, they're dying in such a aggressive position that aggressive mode has no potential to run down the lane and do anything, right? Like, this Ricky kind of feels underwhelming where, like, he's trying to go for the Battle Fury still. Like, he had to go for the Manta to deal with, like, the decrep, aggressive decrep, that is, the potential Omni Slash to disengage from that, and also the Earthbind from the Meepo. So he had to go for a defensive item, which meant he didn't instantly go for Battle Fury, which meant less farm, less damage, less just general impact within the game. So just not feeling the Ricky, I think, is the biggest kicker right now.
He's going into a Battle Fury pretty late. It's Diffusal, Manta, Battle Fury, but I don't think it's really Battle Fury for the sole purpose of farming. That's for sure. Up 9,000 net worth. Jug, again, it seems like Jug has just been holding the game.
Yeah, he's had a pretty swell time. Even though his Omni Slashes have been, like, from Prog Champ to, like, Failfish within the same kind of scale. Like, he's never had, like, a mediocre one. It's always been very polarizing. But yeah, no, I'm liking the build, liking the play, and Immersion doesn't have the gem though. I think this is going to really change up his playstyle a little bit. Both gems are now in aggressive mode, and Immersion was pretty much enabled by this gem, finding the Ricky, knowing if the sentry's down. I'm not saying it makes the game that much harder, because in reality, if you just play as 5, TeamSpirit are in a good spot, but it could be a small deciding factor, take away a little bit of the oomph Immersion has brought to some of these engagements.
Dire are scanning.
Battle Fury also complete on Ricky, so he's going to have maybe a bit more damage onto the Meepo. I think he's still 1 item away from being actually like, whoa, there's a Ricky in this game, but we'll see. Battle Fury could do some big damage.
Yeah, it's hard to remember that this Ricky was safe lane. 6,000 net worth behind his own Monkey King. It feels like he's almost was in the off lane in some ways. Just because of the farm he's got, you know.
Yeah,
But
sure.
it definitely feels like he's slowed down quite a bit, though. Just being that far behind, he's almost equal with where Nangrata is. Immersion, again, very forward.
Chill,
But-
buddy. Come on, bro.
He's got the 4 staff. He's okay. He's sitting level 22 at the moment. Took the
Yeah, he's
Impel
having a
Stun
great
duration.
game.
Spike Carapace damage is coming in. Good illusion escape for both teams, actually, as they'll get the kill here on the Velour.
Damn. Well, that was a Valor just in the wrong position. Now you're at a hero disadvantage. You don't have Doom. Doom is like your big factor in getting rid of this Meepo, but yeah, this is gonna be a rough one. Double E-Blade as well, not double E-Blade, so double Scardy and Meepo as well. Like, guys got 4.2k HP. Like, this is gonna be rough. Like, how aggressive mode will hold, I don't know. We'll see. Like, they played around the Wukongs in the last engagement just to try and save something, and the only reason they got kills after that was because of a continued engagement, right? It was like we can still go, we can still go. But when you're going for a final racks, that mentality isn't really there. It's a simple, we get racks, we get out. So aggressive mode not going to have the same lifeline that was given to him in the last engagement.
Got Sunlight looking for Wukong's command near the tower. Balance Strike comes in. Can they do the damage here onto the Juggernaut to take him out of the fight? They've got the life drain from a distance. Triacho is trying to survive. The Mantis Style comes in. He's able to escape. They've got the Guardian Graves as well as the Impale. Then the Meteor Hammer. He jumps back forward. They net him up and they get the kill on a Sunlight. He's down for 2 minutes. That really is the damage dealer here for the side of aggressive mode. That could just be what forces the GG call. But they're going to dive in even further. They look over at Skylark. As to say, Spartan life drained to death. And they will get the kill there on the Skylark afterwards. They follow that up with the kill on the Thug, and the GG is called. TeamSpirit take game 1 and completely shut the door closed on aggressive mode in this one.
Yeah, this game was all about, this monkey pick was trying to counter the Meepo, and sure, it had good presence within the laning phase, but they were unable to continuously enter the jungle to stop Meepo from farming. And the issue is, you spend so much time looking at this Meepo. How do we stop him? How do we do this? Like what's his way of preventing this timing from occurring? That you forget that there's still a Jug, there's still a Pugner in the game, and Juggernaut free farms the entire time. Pugner plays a little bit more sacrificial, plays in the front line, building like a little bit of a wall in between Radiant and the Meepo, which then allows Meepo to farm. And again, Juggernaut, complete free farm, good impact within the game. So I think aggressive mode, a little bit tunnel visioned on how to deal with a Meepo, but it does come when you get this late Meepo pick. It's hard to truly morph your draft into a Meepo countering draft at this point.
Yeah, so it goes really well there for TeamSpirit in game 1. I think Dracho, the stand-in, being the standout in this game. So 12-3 and 16 looked really good. Uragan kind of sacrificing himself a little bit, I feel like. You know, he did get a lot of farm, he did do a lot, but it definitely felt as though, you know, it opened up enough space for Jug to really start to carry that game. So game 1 goes to TeamSpirit. We'll see who takes game 2. We'll be back in a moment with that game for Parimatch Season 2. And stay right there for more Dota on